Good day everyone, I am Romeo Asilanog, your discussant or your lecturer for today. So I'm going to discuss to you about the aspects of indigenous creative crafts. Now, what is art and what is craft? So art, also called to distinguish it from other art forms. Visual art or a visual object or experience consciously created through an expression of skill or imagination. The term art encompasses diverse media such as painting, sculpture, printmaking, drawing, decorative arts, photography, and installations. Art is a form of work that the expressions of emotions, and it is described as unstructured and open-ended. It has no limitations of expressions, just like in paintings. Like I have examples here, kinds of paintings. While craft is a form of work, a tangible output like for example is molding and carving. Craft, on the other hand, is structured, which means it has a certain form that is visible. Craft can be quantified. This is more difficult to do with art. So for the next question is, what are the traditional arts and what are indigenous crafts? So traditional art is an art that is a part of the culture of a group of people, skills, and knowledge, of which are passed down through generations from master craftsmen to apprentices. Sharing tradition strengthens the ties of community while connecting folks to the past and future. Or it is like a grandma reciting a story told by her mother, a fiddler sharing a tune, or a craftsman carving a lure. Traditional arts are the do-it-by-yourself arts, originally practiced to serve a useful purpose like quits and labor songs, and now practiced for the pure joy of it. For example of traditional musics are old-time, kahon, French Canadian, tribal, and Western music. Dance might include clogging, step dance, folk dance, and contrast. Puppetry and storytelling are examples of performance art. While indigenous crafts are the products manually created by ethnic or tribal people in the Philippines. These are arts that are purposive in nature as they reflect the way of life during the early times. It portrays how they managed to organize their living practices, the hunt for survival, and the call of duty in balancing the use of nature or the ecosystem. Proven from the designs of their textile life cycle events can be seen similar to the clay pots and baskets they made to preserve food, water, ash for the dead, and others. So for examples of the indigenous crafts are cloth weaving, basket weaving, jewelry making, metal jewelry, pearls, pottery, and wood carving. So I have example here, a cloth weaving from my municipality, Kalanasan. This is an isnag inabel. The skirt of a woman, isnag woman. So the next question is, what are the different local materials that could be used in making beautiful art, pieces, and crafts? So there are a lot of local materials that could be used in making beautiful art, pieces, and crafts. For examples are bamboo. Bamboo is used as raw materials in creating many products. It is used in construction, textile, music instrument, weapons, and many more. So I have here a bamboo where you can put some things. So I put my makeup brushes here. And then next is pandan. It is a tropical plant. It is a processed and transformed into splints that are being used as a raw material. Also, raffia. It is a fiber extracted from an opened burri leaf in 3 stages. It is a low woven into fabrics or used as wall coverings, upholstery material, folding doors, and window hangings. And the tikog, it belongs to the sea grasses. It is a native reed plant used as a raw material for mat weaving. And there are a lot more of local materials that can be used as a beautiful piece or crops. Then the next question is, if a foreigner comes and visit you, happen to be the host, how are you going to introduce the Ilocos region in terms of its rich indigenous heritage? So if a foreigner comes and visit me as a student or a host, I would highlight the province's breakthroughs, achievements, and what it can offer not only for their convenience but also satisfy their search for physical, mental, spiritual, and cultural satisfaction. Reminding them that visiting Ilocos Norte is one-stop shop and that being here is a breathtaking, holistic experience. With collaborative efforts from the community and different tourism stakeholders, Ilocos Norte earned its spot in becoming one of the top tourist destinations in the world. Alongside being famous for heritage sites and natural wonders, Ilocos Norte opened many opportunities not only for tourists but also to its people. The influx of tourists to the development of local industries and livelihood, the showcase of Ilocos artistry down to the numerous recognitions the province has received, both local and international. Ilocos Norte celebrates, preserves, and signifies how we take pride in our cultural treasures, in the things we create, and the people behind these great homes of ours. These reunite communities toward cultural harmony and lasting peace. Deeply rooted in the people's way of life, crafting urban paths remains to be one of the major sources of livelihood in the municipality of San Nicolas. Alongside being the home of historic World UNESCO Heritage Site, St. Augustine Church and the Weaving Center of Ilocos Norte, the municipality of Paway. Some of Ilocos Norte's beaches are found in Pagudpud, Corimao, Burgos, Pasukin, and other coastal communities. As part of the province's indigenous cultural community, the townspeople of Adams, Dumalneg, Carasi, and Nueva Era place a great value on the preservation and continuous practice of our rich culture through promoting sustainable and responsible ecotourism. Ilocos Norte is known for being home to important Philippine Hispanic era architecture and as the bastion of Catholicism. And as the chosen town of the Blessed Virgin, the Milagrosa Shrine marks the town of Badoc. The story of empanada, a famous snack in Batac City, is about more than just a food. It gives insight into the values, aspirations, and struggles of the Ilocano, and our amazing capacity to innovate, face challenges head-on, and celebrate every chapter of life. Ilocos Norte sustains its efforts to preserve and promote history, arts, heritage, and culture through tourism as an instrument to empower communities, even in times of crisis, finding ways to assist its people by advocating ecological management and sustainability, and reinforcing both social and cultural resilience. The Ilocano people are known all over the world for possessing a character that continues to be instrumental for the transformation and growth of the whole region. So the next question is, imagine that you encountered with a foreigner will lead you to a discussion about the arts of the Cordillera, and how will you explain about their woodcraft and wood carving. So if I encountered a foreigner and lead to discussion about the arts of the Cordillera, I would tell him or her that in Cordillera, wood carving is used as a tool to create physical images of the deities of the people believe in. This is evident with the Ifugao's bulol, or they call it tinagtaggu. The bulol is a carved figure of a deity that guards and protects the rice crops of the Ifugaos. They are carved from a single piece of wood and depict humans with a very unrealistic features. So for the last question is, in your own opinion, why do you think is the importance of taking this a major course for a BPED students like you? So as a BPED student, it is very important to take or consider SOCSI 13 as a major course. Indigenous art, which is the main topic or focus, because it is very important because first of all these indigenous visual arts and crafts sector provides very significant economic, social, and cultural benefits. These benefits extend rather to indigenous individuals and communities. Indigenous art has been said to be our greatest cultural gifts to the world, and our most profound, significant, and important cultural export. And this enables me to reflect critically on my own work and those by others. I learn to act and think like designers and artists, working diligently and creatively. And through this subject or course, I also learn about the preservation of heritage through art. So thank you for listening, and God bless.